Hey guys, Mishka here. Got another video for you today. Today's is going to be on what class should you play. So you're new to the game, you're not entirely sure where to start, or you finished one class and you want to know where to go next. Well, I'm going to go over all 8 classes for you. So we're going to start with the tank classes. There are 2 tanks that you can play, Paladin and Warrior. Both are perfectly viable at all levels of the game. So we're going to start with Paladin because that's the one I have equipped. Paladins use hammers. You raise your hammer to the sky and you get orbs. Whenever you hit an enemy when you have a charge, it deals damage. So get orbs, you hit, and it uses an orb. Right? And when I have no orbs, I do almost no damage whatsoever. So the Paladin class is really all about managing those orbs, right? So this icon here, you raise the hammer, and it has a little bit of cooldown. If you're taking damage, you also gain orbs, and you can use those orbs to hit. You have 3 books. This is your taunt book. It pulls aggro. This is your heal book. It heals you. And this is your empower book. It either makes your next hit do double damage, right, compared to the, well, that was a crit, of course. Yeah, compared to the 10k, hit 21k. Or you can empower your heal, and you can go from pretty much 1 hit point all the way to a full bar because of that. So you've also got unrivaled mobility. You can throw your hammer and teleport to it, which is really awesome. There we go. So yeah, that's what this class is all about. You are going to be taking hits to the face and losing health, but you've also got damage reduction. Paladins have 50% damage reduction, so pretty survivable. The other tank class is the Warrior. The Warrior is all about managing your shield, right? You'll see that blue bar there. That is how much hit points the shield has. As you get hit, your shield will lose health, and Warriors are about doing combos. So I can do left, right, up. Is provoke. What that does is it pulls aggro and it heals me for a small amount. You got left, right, left, up. That's the wound combo. You're gonna see it does a little bit of extra damage. You know, I'm doing like, yeah, 700, and then I do 1500 with the wound combo. So it does quite a bit of extra damage. What is a warrior good for? Warrior is good for single target and holding aggro. Anytime you get hit on the shield, you gain aggro. Anytime you do provoke, you gain a lot of aggro. So this is like aggro central. You're not going to be losing it very easily. Paladin, once you lose aggro, it's hard to get it back because you are relying on taking damage to deal damage and thus gain more aggro. So Warrior is going to be more, combo based with the sword and shield, taking hits to the shield, and Paladin is a little bit more you hit me, I hit you, you hit me, I hit you, and then managing your books. So they're both a lot of fun. Let's go to healers. There are 2 healers. First off is a Musketeer. Musketeer, you got a couple of utilities here. You've got an orb turret, so I can do damage or healing, right? If I shoot it out, you're going to notice it heals me. And then you've got your orbs. So Q, right? That does a big heal. You've got your heal over time. You've got your AoE heal over time. Your shield orb, a weakness orb so that everybody that hits it deals more damage. And you can resurrect in battle. So Musketeer is very much an active healer. The other option for healing is Bard, my favorite class. The Bard, you have instruments that you can activate, and you have to play the notes as they come down. And you'll be doing passive effects, which, we can't really see because there's no enemies and I'm not hurt, so you can't see the healing. But pretty much every 3 seconds, I'm sending out a tick of healing to everybody around me. And then these are damage. So I don't think I can show you with dummies. No, the dummies aren't going to show it. But yeah, they tick for passive damage. So Bard, you're pretty much sitting here playing this instrument, and you're sending an aura out. And then whenever you feel like being a little bit more active, you can activate crescendos. And they're not working in the training room. That's a shame. Crescendos are bolts that you can send out like that. The 2 healing crescendos will shoot out and heal people. The damage crescendos will go straight and hit things. You can tell by the tile sets I'm actually still doing stuff. The Bard, I'm not doing anything right now, but I'm still sending out pulse effects, which is cool thing for the bard. Basically, as long as this blue bar is somewhat full, you're actively pushing out effects. So I can sit here and not play, and I'm still healing, I'm still damaging, until that blue bar gets all the way empty. So still healing, still dealing damage. So there we go. So now I'm not doing anything anymore. So yeah, you're not seeing any tiles, there's no buff effects here. There we go, see, now there's buff effects, now there's tiles. So Bard is a little bit more passive, it's not as much healing, but it's a lot more damage. And it's got some really cool abilities like Encouraging Note. All your allies that are being affected by you deal 5% more damage. The ultimate for Bard, your entire party will deal 20 more damage. It's nice. I prefer Bard. Musket has way more healing, but Bard's more fun in my opinion. People might tell you, that don't play Bard because you're not going to be able to do as much healing. You're not going to be able to heal enough. I've healed with a Bard on the highest level of content, highest level boss on each dungeon and raid. You can do it. So let's go to DPS. We got 4 DPS classes. We're going to start with the Scoundrel. Is kind of your gunslinger, right? You can shoot. You can curve your bullets too, right? And when you curve your bullet, you deal more damage. So let me see if I can get further away. Get a rank 5 here. Oh, that was rank 4 still. I don't play Scoundrel very much. There we go. So rank 5, and now I'm dealing a lot more damage than before. You can also charge and do, a triple shot. And you've got these cards. These cards are, there's the same 6 of them. They come up in a random order. You can use the cards, like this one is an additional crit chance. This one deals poison damage over time. And then you can take the cards, you can also empower them. So you burn a card, essentially, and that increases the effect or does something different with the next one. So that's this class. It's, curve your bullet, get charge shots, normal shots. It's a fun class. I enjoy it. Next one is Ranger. Ranger is your archer, right? Your bow and arrow. You go farther away, you do more damage. Ranger is very much hitting those red dots to deal a lot of extra damage. There are 2 ways to play Ranger. The way that you'll do the most damage right now is precision, which is basically trying to shoot when that blue bar gets full. You're looking at like every 0.8 seconds you're going to do a shot. Then you've got special arrows, so poison arrow deals damage over time. Piercing arrow, it does extra damage. Getting further away to deal extra damage. There are talents that reward you for being farther away. You can generate up to 3 globes at once when firing long distance. Hitting a crit spot from greater than 30 meters grants a damage boost. You've also got these orbs. If you hit enemies from further away, you get more orbs. And if you miss, you get fewer orbs. And the more orbs you have, the more damage you're dealing with each shot. So now I'm doing maximum damage. You can charge your arrow by holding it, deal more damage. The piercing arrow does damage. That's a lot of fun. In my opinion, this is the most fun damaging class. Then we got Shaman. Shaman's a fun one. It deals a lot of damage with almost no effort whatsoever. Shaman is all about placing totems. So I've got stun, lightning, fire, and wait for it, lava. You're going to deal a lot of damage with Shaman. Basically, you put your totems down, you just throw them at the enemy. And, I don't know what happened to my fireball totem. Here we go. So, pew, 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 right? Shaman deals a lot of damage and a big burst. So I can sit here, right, and just keep putting these totems down and shooting these orbs. Okay. At the time of this video, yes, there is an issue where totems don't spawn their orbs. It's part of the class, it sucks. But considering how much damage you're doing with almost no effort whatsoever, this is a great starter DPS class. It's a crazy amount of damage. As long as you keep your weapon up to date with your level, you're going to do a lot of damage with very little effort, but it's not as rewarding. And then the last class, the creme de la creme, the reason that you play Orbus is the Rune Mage, right? The Rune Mage, drawing glyphs in the air to cast spells. to kill your enemies. Rune Mage is a lot of fun. It takes a lot of practice, because what you're going to end up doing is, very few mages cast here, right, drawing the B. Most use a shortcut, whether that's the D method, right, like that. You've got Bucky's pretzel method, right, where you're coming here. You've got the weird paper clip, right? You've got the 8-ball for affliction. There's, arcane explosion. There's a lot of stuff that you can do as a mage, but it's going to take a lot of practice. This class, a lot of people want to play this class because they're like, oh, that's so cool. That's like the class to play. This is the highest parsing DPS class in the game for now. Hopefully it continues to be, but you also have to keep in mind it takes hours and hours and hours of practice to be able to spit spells out really quickly like this. Right? You're not going to be doing this day one. You're going to be sitting there drawing a B and saying, well, I'm drawing it exactly like Mishka drew it. Why isn't it working? The casting system works. It's not broken. I promise if you put the correct rune in, and you can do quite a bit of variation, it'll work. Yeah, like that. There. If you have trouble with that, let me know. I'll work with you. So those are the 8 classes. The 2 tanks, I play Paladin more because it's easier, but Warrior's a lot of fun and it's better for holding aggro. 2 healers, I play Bard because it's more fun. Musketeer has a lot more healing potential though. When it comes to DPS, Mage is the hardest, but you'll get the most damage out of it if you dedicate hours and hours and hours to it. Shaman is a lot of fun. You put totems down and then you go like that and deal a lot of damage. Scoundrel and Ranger don't pull as much damage at the moment, but Ranger is probably my favorite DPS class. It is more fun than anything else for me, but it's currently the lowest damage dealer. But there is damage rebalancing coming. All classes are viable at every level of the game, and I know this because I have played every single one of these classes on a 15. They're all perfectly capable of getting the job done as long as you know what you're doing. So I hope that helps. I hope you saw a little bit of, how to play each class and, what they do. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And other than that, happy hunting.